Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. But the question is asking here, we know that trade in the masjid is not permissible, but is it allowed for a person to pay off a debt in the masjid? So Bakr owes Zayd some money. Can Bakr meet Zayd in the masjid and say, all right, here's your £1,000 or whatever it might be? Or is it permissible for a person, it's the same ruling as we will inshallah discuss, is it permissible for a person to say, okay, well the trade took place outside the masjid, I wanted to buy a product from you outside of the masjid, now I owe you some money, £10, £20, whatever it might be, can I pay you that money inside of the masjid? Now, I've got the answer here from two different scholars, so I'm not going to answer the question for myself and how we would normally do it, talking about the evidences, etc. So the answer here is going to be short and straight, and I think it's sufficient anyway. Here, this is from the website of Sheikh Abdul Rahman bin Nasir Barraq and the senior scholars today. Hukum tasdeed al-fawatir fil masjid. What is the ruling on paying off invoices in the masjid? هل يجوز تسديد الفواتير عن طريق الجوال في المسجد? Am I allowed to pay my invoices using my mobile phone in the masjid? أم أن هذا يعتبر من البيع والشراء? Or is this included in trade which is not permissible? الجواب, the answer, لا أبدا. He said, no, this is not included. Never. هذا تسديد. This is paying back a person. ما هو ببيع, and this is not trade. ولا شراء, and it is not selling something. هذا تسديد. And this is paying someone back. So if you meet someone, he's saying here, لو لقيت شخص عندك له مبلغ, and he owes you something من المال فأعطيته إياه في المسجد فلا بأس, and you give it to him in the masjid, then there is no harm in that whatsoever. Therefore, paying off a debt or a loan that is owed to someone. 1 second. They want this in the background for some reason. Go on then, do your sprinkling. But don't waste it. Put it in a cup and let's drink it. Where was I? If you're paying someone something that you owe, or you're, like we said, paying off an invoice as you see here, then there is nothing wrong with that at all whatsoever. Then we have, I've just lost it. Let me just bring it back up. Sheikh Suleiman Ruhaili, he's asked a similar question. So here, are we allowed to pay someone that we owe some money inside of the masjid? So he says, la. He said, no, giving people what they are due, then this is their right, this is a haqq. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves it that you give people their right. And this is not included in trade, which is impermissible. As for trade or trading currencies, etc., this is a type of bay', and this is not allowed. As for giving someone what they are due, similar to tasdeed, as we have said before, tasdeed is similar to paying back a person's loan. I mean, a person might argue, well, tasdeed includes trade, and trade took place outside of the masjid, so is that haram? Dain is just you trying to be nice to someone, so there might be a little bit of difference there. But in both of these answers, you can see here that the scholars have said, if a person owes someone money, this is not included in bay' or shira' or trade or transactions. What is not permissible for. So now what's the meaning here? Now I remember from our durus with Sheikh Abdul Muhsin Abad, hafidhahullah, the prohibition here is surrounded or concerns announcements. The masjid is not being built for the purpose of making announcements. So if you've lost something in the masjid, you're not allowed to make that as an announcement. If you want to sell something, you're not allowed to make that as an announcement. Announcements are not permissible in the masjid. Contracts, trade contracts cannot take place inside of the masjid. Therefore, these examples that we've given here are not included in either of these. Nobody's standing at the front saying, okay, well, I've lost something, or I want to sell something, or I owe somebody some money, etc., etc. That's not taking place. There's no announcement being taken. There's no announcement being conducted. And you're not allowed to form contracts, trade contracts in the masjid. That's what's not permissible. As for you meeting your brother and giving him his haqq, as you heard from Sheikh Suleiman, then inshallah there is no harm in that whatsoever. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He makes us of the people of the masjid, and that He connects us to His house, so that we'll be underneath His arsh when there is no shade except for His. هذا والله أعلم. صلى الله على نبينا محمد.